Welcome to the Stripped Club, the podcast that strips away the noise and dives deep into the real, raw conversations every man needs to share.
Welcome back. It's me again. You've made it to season 2. I don't know. Number one, I don't know if to call it season 2 or how I'm going to be dicing up these episodes. But regardless, you've made it through the wreckage season, right? The foundation, the breakdown, the emotional strip down of how I got here. I'm still your host, Asa Paul Seeley, and now we're entering a new space. Not just the collapse, but more so the after. Because real life doesn't end with divorce papers, right? It begins there, trust me. And for those that have been through it, know exactly what I'm talking about. For me, that beginning came with something I wasn't fully prepared for. Trying to be a good father while navigating someone else's bitterness. So this episode is called My Kids and Her Energy. And let me start by saying this. I love my kids. I adore my kids. My daughter, my son, they are my why. And for the fathers out there that could relate, you get it. They're the reason that I get up when life knocks me down. They're the reason I've learned to breathe through moments when all I want to do is scream. But being a father in a co-parenting situation is not always just about being there. Sometimes it's about surviving the energy that stands between you and them. The energy doesn't need words. It doesn't need accusations or court documents. That energy, it moves in silence, in tone, in tension. And trust me, the kids pick up on that real quick. I started noticing it after the split. When they'll come over on my week, they'll be quiet, guarded, especially my daughter. Almost like they were emotionally jet-lagged from being in two different universes. You know, in one house, I'm the dad who cooks, checks homework, plans outings, tries to have deep convos, there for them, ready to play. In the other house, I'm the villain. I'm the one who left. I'm the one who was too much, too busy, too ambitious, too unavailable. But none of that was my narrative. It was all hers. And the wild part, she didn't have to say a single word. The kids are smart. They pick up on facial expressions, side comments, well, go ask your father since he knows everything kind of remarks, you know? The subtle digs wrapped up in fake jokes. I don't really want to talk about your dad tone shift. And even when they don't fully understand it, the kids feel it. See, I started noticing a shift. The way that they looked at me, the way that they spoke to me. Especially with my daughter. We had a different type of relationship before. She used to cling to my every word. Suddenly, she began second guessing if I was telling her what she really needed to do, or, you know, it was so different from what she was getting from her mom. And that hurt. Not because I needed to be the favorite parent. This is not a competition for me to be the coolest or to be the cool dad. It was because I was watching my relationship with my kids be tampered by someone and their pain. And let me be real. Co-parenting with someone who is still angry and still bitter, still spinning their version of events to stay the victim, it's super exhausting. See, you're not just raising your kids, you're constantly rebuilding trust with them. Not because you broke it, but because they're being shown a version of you that doesn't exist. And what hurts even more, you can't defend yourself. How do I defend? I sit and I think, like, how do I defend myself in this situation? Or at least not the way I want to. Because you have to react. If you react too strongly, you're the angry one. You're the one who can't control your emotions. Look at you. And if you defend yourself too passionately, you're manipulating the kids here, sir. So what do you do? What do you do at that situation? You could put it in the comments, you could send me an email, DM me. But for me, I decided, you're gonna have to sit with it. You're gonna just stay steady and just keep showing up. Just keep showing up for your kids. They'll figure it out. And let me talk to every father going through this. See, I know it's hard. I'm still living it. I know it's painful to be present and still feel like you're being kept at a distance. I know what it's like to feel like the enemy in your own child's eyes, when all you've ever done is try to protect them, to love them, to give them more than you ever had. But I promise you, consistency, that's the winner. Character, that wins. Time wins. Because one day, and it's not on your schedule, one day they'll get older. They'll start connecting the dots. They'll start asking the right questions, and they'll remember who showed up. Not who talked the most, not who played victim, but who stood firm, gave them structure, who stayed loving, who stayed honest, and who stayed present. Now don't get it twisted, guys. I have my moments. Moments I just want to call it all out. Moments I want to scream. Just stop poisoning my kids against me. But then I remember, peace, it doesn't come from proving your point. Peace comes from protecting your presence. So I focus on that. I focus on creating a safe space, on listening more than lecturing, on letting my kids feel the difference. Because one thing I know for sure, energy does not lie. So to the fathers navigating this terrain, hold the line, brother. Keep your spirit clean. Do not let someone else alter your character. Keep your love unconditional. And don't let her energy become yours. You don't have to fight fire with fire. Not in this case. You just have to keep showing up and showing them what light looks like. This is a strip club where we tell the truth. Even when it hurts. Actually, especially when it hurts. So next week, hope to see you guys again, because we're diving into something too many of us don't want to admit. And that's what happens when you try to love someone before you've healed. So that episode is called Loving Before I Was Healed. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. So until then, stay patient, stay loving, and as always, together, stay stripped.